Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Govs on the Go Staff Spotlight, a podcast featuring staff in the College of Arts and Letters here at Austin Peay State University. My name is Dr. Buzz Hoon. I'm the Dean of the College. I'm also the host of the podcast. And today, my guest is Gena Shire Sgarlata, Academic Administrative Assistant in the Department of Art and Design. Gena, thanks so much for joining us. I was trying so hard, concentrating on the name. Hopefully I got it okay for you.
Perfect.
Good. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. And we're going to talk about what you do in the art and design building every day. But let's go back in time. Let's talk a little bit about growing up. Where did you grow up and what did you like to do as a youngster?
I actually grew up in Central Florida.
Okay.
And I played basketball and I was in band.
A band person.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what did you play in the band?
I always make people guess, but I played flute until I got to high school, and then I played drums and flute.
Okay.
So.
And then somehow you made it to your way to Tennessee.
Yes. My dad got a job at Saturn when it was a plant up there, and he was teaching the technicians how to fix the cars.
Okay.
So he did that for a year, and then we all moved up here too.
And so did you become an Austin Peay student? Tell us about your
I
journey.
did. After I graduated high school, I grew up I went to high school near Middle Tennessee, and I didn't want to go there, even though it is blue, and that is my favorite color. I decided on Austin Peay because it was close to home, but far enough away.
Right.
So it kind of worked out, and then it was great. So I came here in the last century, and I was a student. And then I left for a summer, and then I found a job here, and I've stayed here since.
So tell us a little bit about the transition. What was your first job? How did you get started here at Austin Peay?
I was actually a temp in this department, in the communications department.
Oh, okay.
I was a temporary employee because the person that had been there had retired, so they needed somebody, so I did that for a little bit. And then I went over to part-time with the School of Agriculture and Geosciences, which is no longer in existence because they've split. And then I got full-time in the Center of Excellence for the Creative Arts. And nice. I did that for 4 years, and then I've been in the art department since.
Okay. And not only that, you continued your education through Austin Peay. And I just found out not just one degree, but 2 degrees, including one in communication. What motivates you to continue to do this?
Stupidity. No. I really like to learn things, and learning new things is great, and it's kind of fun. And I was like, I get the classes for free, I'm going to take a few, and it just ended up snowballing into, I'll just get the degree. I'll just keep doing more classes, and it's been a lot of fun. I haven't taken any in a while, but I've been contemplating doing it again. So just got to figure out what might be interesting.
It fills up the extra time, though, I imagine.
It does. It does a lot. Having a full-time job and being a student is a lot.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the job a little bit. What are some of the joys and challenges? I'm sure that, let's start with the challenges, because we'll get to the joys in a moment.
Well, what's funny is the challenges with my department especially is that I'm more of a math and science kind of person, and the artists are not. So I will use room numbers for where they need to go, and they're like, I don't know what that is. And then I have to tell them the room name. It's like, why don't you know numbers? And they can't do math. They panic when there's a math problem, even if it's simple, and it's fascinating. And of course, I love Excel. They all panic with that, and so it's weird.
So dealing with those creatives can be very challenging.
Yes. I feel like I'm not a creative, even though I'm told that I am, but I don't think I am that much. And they're not. It's like herding cats sometimes. So it's a weird thing to do.
What gives you joy? What are the blessings of the job for you?
Probably the camaraderie. We have a lot of that in this department. We all get along pretty well, even if there's little spats. They're minor. It's like siblings fighting. So that keeps me wanting to come back. Yeah. Because it's fun most days.
Now you mentioned, and I found this out as one of the things about you, is that you are an expert at Microsoft Excel.
I don't know that I would call myself an expert, but other people do.
A lot of people see that of you. Why and what gives you the joy of working within that system?
I don't know. I guess it's the math, and it's the seeing things kind of work out.
The organization.
I learned pivot tables years ago, and it was the best thing. So, and everybody's like, that's the example they go to while they call me an expert. I'm like, I know this much. I might know this much Excel, but.
Well, and if you're willing to share, I think that's very important. And so I'm sure people depend on you to organize all the numbers and the facts accordingly.
Quite a bit. Yeah, we do a lot of reporting, and I get to put it all together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I have to, I get to.
So what other things do you like to do outside of the job?
I like to read and watch movies, TV shows. I'm pretty quiet and much of a homebody. Hang out with my animals, you know.
I heard you were also at one time a bowler. Is that something you...
I actually used to run the Austin Peay Faculty and Staff Bowling League.
Okay.
And then somebody else took it over, and I stopped bowling, and I've been thinking about starting it back up.
Okay.
So I think that might be kind of fun.
And another thing that I was going to ask you about is I heard that you are interested in Dungeons and Dragons. Is this a true fact about you?
It is. I started a few years ago with a major or it wasn't one of my majors. One of my student workers was a dungeon master, and so she taught us how to play. And she graduated, then I became the dungeon master because I think I like the control. I don't know. But we play with former students and a few faculty. We get together every once in a while and play. So.
And I guess my last question is about being around all those artists and creative people. I mean, do you think that any of that has rubbed off on you? And if so, I mean, do you ever just find yourself doodling? Do you ever find yourself you wanting to try to do something in that part of the realm?
I do like to color.
Okay.
So I do a lot of coloring. I don't draw it, but I can color it. My drawings look like a first grader that's just learned how to do it. And I do quilling, which most people have never heard of, but it's the art of rolling paper. And that's kind of fun and calming.
Yeah.
Of course, I get a lot of paper cuts, so that could be a problem. But I do that, and I don't think many people do, so I usually don't talk about it. But I have picked up on a lot of artists. I can actually look at art down. I've never had an art class, but I'm like, oh, that's Mondrian,
So it has rubbed off on you.
It has. I mean, I've been in the department for 18 years, so I've seen a lot of the things coming up over and over again, and it just sticks.
Yeah. So. What are some of your favorite memories? Are they involving faculty, students, events?
I don't know if I have any specific memories, but seeing the students come in as freshmen, they're so young. And by the time they graduate, it's like, oh, look, you've grown up, and now you can go out in the world and survive. But it's funny how young they are when they get in. Yeah. And to just watch them grow and mature, it's interesting.
I can imagine when they come back as well, after they've been gone a few years, and of course they recognize you.
Right. Because I'm the steady one.
But do you always remember who they are?
Because I remember a lot of them, and I've seen a few of them, and I say their name, like, how do you remember that? It's like, I remember you because you caused me problems. I generally remember the ones that I have to talk to. I see their names all the time, but I don't know what they look like until they start coming in consistently, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to remember you. Yeah. So especially the ones that have weird names. And I'm sure our faculty are the same way in terms of glad that you're there making a difference for them. And they seem to tell me that. I don't know if I believe them all the time.
Well, we're glad that you're there, and we're also glad that you've been on the podcast with us. I know that you're a little hesitant, but I was able to talk you into it because you're a good sport.
And I can ignore the cameras.
That's right. Well, Gena, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you.
And thanks to all our listeners and viewers out there for joining us. Make sure to continue to do so as we profile some of the outstanding staff members we have here in the College of Arts and Letters at Austin Peay State University. So until next time, stay safe, take care, and God bless.